He's going to kick. He's going to do it all. What's going on, everybody out there in the beautiful internet world? Tony Tucker, Mike on the mic here for another episode of Nuts and Bolts on Friday. And we're watching the draft. We're hanging out. It's very casual. I'm not in my normal setup in the garage. If you are watching on Twitter, bounce over to YouTube, Nuts and Bolts, and get in there, get in these comments. We're going to have some fun. Mike is also on TikTok, getting questions about the draft. Chat's free. Get in there, ask your questions. We're gonna celebrate Zion Johnson and go over these draft picks. Mike, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Well, other than Sky Moore going to the Chiefs and George Pickens going to the Steelers, I'm doing great. All my favorite players going to AFC teams. It's good to see.
Yeah, I think we're like both equally bummed about players that we like ending up on teams that we don't want to see them on.
Yeah, it's a little painful to watch, and it's just one by one. We got a long time till our pick. When there was all those crazy trades at the beginning of the second round, I was like, are we going to come in and grab Reese? Are we going to come in and grab K9? But nah, it's too much because we don't have the 4th and 5th round picks to just sacrifice them, and then we got a huge hole in the 4th and 5th instead of in the 2nd to 3rd. I think we're just going to sit. Maybe we'll trade up, but it'll be smaller. Trade up within the 3rd round.
Yeah, I was just going to say I could see us trading up somewhere in the 3rd. Yeah. Like after 79, I could see us trading into the 3rd round, actually. Right? Yeah. A team that might need more picks later in the draft. There's a lot of teams like that, Arizona and the Bears and whatever. Jordan here makes a good point, and this is the exact thing that I thought. He put, we got another Kadarius Toney. So I'm assuming he's a Giants fan, and they got Wan'Dale Robinson, who I really like, but I was like, okay, so now you have Toney, you have Sterling Shepard. Presumably he doesn't get cut or traded or whatever. Like, they just have a lot of the same type guys. It was a little confusing, but maybe Brian Daboll's like, we're going to move Kadarius Toney at some point. Like, we're not driving together, and so we'll get something for him for next year or whatever, you know?
Trade him to Atlanta. They just want every weapon they can get their hands on. Drake London, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, Kadarius Toney, come on over. Oh, man. All right, so here's the question. Spurs Prods is asking, where in the world will Malik Willis go? And everyone over here on the TikTok chat, we're going to be going back and forth here. So if I'm not seeing your question in the chat, put it in the Q&A box, and we'll get to it eventually. I'm going to be live till this is over, so plenty of time. But Malik Willis, what do you think, Tony? The Falcons had a golden opportunity to take him to back up Mariota for a year. Didn't take him, so I don't know if it's going to happen. The Seahawks had 2 opportunities to take him. Didn't take him. So where are we at right now? Because now we're starting to look at maybe some teams with veteran quarterbacks that might be thinking about moving on. Colts, Titans, Vikings. I don't know. I don't know where he's going to go. It could be anywhere if a team doesn't value him to come in and be a starter. One of the bad teams. They need a quarterback at least.
Okay, here's the thing. Everybody's waiting for another team to balk, right? The first time that somebody does make it, then we'll see them people start panicking, going, oh, okay, I think we've waited long enough. Let's figure out how to try and get the player we want, right? But we kind of ignored everything they were saying. Like, here, have you ever known a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers to meet with all 900 quarterbacks who were eligible for this draft? Yeah. Like, they were saying, we don't know who it is, and every other team was doing the same thing. The Panthers were like, yeah, we met with 8 different quarterbacks, and Seahawks and all these different teams. So everybody's like, if we don't get – I don't think anybody has our guy, right? I don't think anybody's sitting there going like, oh, we have to have this one guy. They might just want a guy for the future. Yeah. Put him on the practice squad or, like as a backup in the season. And if it works out, great. They don't need to look next year. So Malik Willis, I have no idea where the quarterbacks are going. I'm way more confused about Nakobe Dean.
Me too. This dude's free falling right now. And the Bills are on the clock, and I think they just traded out, or maybe the Bengals traded with the 49ers, but I just got a notification on Twitter the Bengals are about to be on the clock. So that's interesting.
Okay.
Right, ready for the next question?
Yes. I'm in. I got – go ahead.
On George Pickens to the Steelers. I like it. For George Pickens, not for the AFC.
I love it for George Pickens. I mean, personally, by midseason, I think he's the best receiver on the team, if I'm being honest.
I thought that was going to be a hot take for me.
I don't love Deontay Johnson as much as other people do. I think he drops the ball too much, and Chase Claypool he's kind of like falling into that Juju category for me, where it's like flashes of, oh, this guy's big time at the beginning of his career, and then it just sort of plateaus, and I don't see the focus there. I see more preparation on frosting his tips and wearing jewelry and TikTok than I do on the field, which is fine. It's great. I want these kids to enjoy their life and be young and have fun and entertainment. I'm just saying I'm not sold that he's going to get a max deal someday. Like, he's not in that, going to reach that category for whatever.
I do think that the vacancy spot for the Steelers is kind of like that wide receiver one, or the guy that they want to be their top 10 receiver. I think George Pickens has that potential. And Mike Tomlin's such a good leader, man. He's going to get in. He's going to get his full potential. Anyone that goes to Pittsburgh, I always get excited for those players, because I think places like Pittsburgh, where the coach has been around for so long and has had so much success there, and just over and over and over again, is just a machine at producing really good players. It's just a good opportunity for players. It's a good opportunity for Kenny Pickett. Like, I wanted Malik Willis to go there super bad. I can turn my tune right now and be like, but this is a great chance for Pickett. He landed up in the perfect spot in this year's draft, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Same thing with Mitch Trubisky when he went there. Like, that's a great opportunity for Trubisky, because he's going to go to a spot where you know that you are not going to be held back by the coaching or the team. You are going to go as far as you take it in Pittsburgh. I like that. I like that spot for quarterbacks, receivers, and everybody, honestly.
No question. I'll make this real quick, and you can move on to the next one. Kenny, like, if Mitch Trubisky gets to the playoffs twice, right, he's getting another job somewhere else. They'll move on to Kenny Pickett. Or even if he gets into the playoffs this year, they might trade him in that offseason. What I want to bring up about the Steelers is, do you think they feel a little dumb being like, oh, we could have had Devin Lloyd, or we could have had, like, it was like somebody else and waited on QB until the second round? Like, do you think they're looking, being like, hey, I thought we were all bringing our dates to the dance, and now they're the only one with a date, and everybody else is like, we're going to the strip club, and it's like, wait. I thought we had a plan here. Like, one of us would go first, and then somebody else, we would make it happen. We might get to the third round, and they're the only team with a QB.
We're what, a couple picks away from the third round? We're 4 picks away, and the next 4 teams all have QBs. So I don't think, we're getting to the third round. None of the other QBs been taken. The Steelers we're in a weird spot, and I think everyone's in a weird spot with the quarterbacks this year, where it's just like we have no idea where they're going to go, and usually that's the one position where everyone has it pretty locked down on what they're going to do. All right, here we go. Someone asked, thoughts on Khalil Mack? We've already talked about this a lot, but looking at the players going here in the second round, I'll take Khalil Mack. What do you think, Tony?
Khalil Mack, or who's ever gone in the second round here?
Anybody that's an edge rusher. Sam Williams went in this round. Mafe went in this round. Who else went in this round?
Went in this round. So here's the thing. Khalil Mack is, I would be ecstatic if we got 4 years, right? Like, that's my long shot projection, is like 4 years of productive Khalil Mack is that. But 2 years, so like, I like it because I believe that the chance to win a Super Bowl is not just 2 years for the Chargers, because you have Justin Herbert. I believe the window is 15 years. So if 2 years we can max it out, and then let's say in round 4, a edge rusher like Alex Wright falls to them and he can be mentored by Khalil Mack. I want a great player now and a mentor, and we just start molding the Chris Rumps. You know, like maybe Jerry Tillery turns a corner. Maybe they bring in Jeremy Gunter or Dominique Robinson, or, you know, like one of these other edge, or maybe they get the Farrell kid from LSU and they transition him to sort of like, you know, an edge. It's probably not likely, but maybe.
Cam Taylor-Britt to the Bengals. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I looked at him and I was like, I kind of like have a similar thoughts on him as I do as the USC kid. And this is the second round. Isaac Stewart Taylor is going to be like a almost undrafted player.
So that's an interesting thought, because I've heard a lot of people, and I'm not going to lie, I don't know a ton about him, but I've heard a lot of people say that they might try him at like safety or something, that he's one of those guys that has the ability to do a couple different things. So maybe that's what they love there. Yeah.
Yeah, probably, maybe. I mean, they got Daxton Hill also, so now they have a couple versatile DBs in the secondary like that. I like it. All right, thoughts on the Patriots taking Tyquan Thornton. Tony, go ahead and rant away.
Oh, my goodness.
Tell them how mad you are. Second round.
Okay, so I'm not mad at the second round. I'm mad at the team. I'm mad at the fact that they've never used the wide receiver properly, like the go deep. 1 year, Randy Moss catches 23 touchdowns with Tom Brady, and Mac Jones ain't Tom Brady. And McDaniels isn't there. And we think that the Patriots could have like 7 different offensive coordinators. So it's like, I have no clue what's going on. Breece Hall just showed up in the building, put his hat on, come out as a Jet. Is that what I just saw?
What's he?
Oh,
what's
he is.
Going on here?
Breece Hall just came into the building to say, I'm here to crush every fantasy owner's dreams in Dynasty who had Michael Carter.
Oh, he wasn't there when they called his name? He was like, I didn't expect to get drafted so early in the second round.
No, I think he might have been in Vegas for night one and then went back to his hotel with his family, was just like, hey, I'm not going to do this. Unless he lives in Vegas or something and just, headed down.
He's at home.
Wherever the road is there. Made it that quick.
I like that pick for the Jets. I feel bad for Michael Carter. They're going to split, but Michael Carter's going to be the 2. Sorry, Michael Carter.
Let me hit a couple of these in this chat real quick. Jordan had said that he thinks Malik Willis learned with Matty Ice. I don't love that as much. I think Pete Carroll and Seahawks are the best destination for Malik Willis. I just realized I never answered your question. I just rambled before. And then Jordan's got one other in here. Dean to the Big Apple. Trust me. I could definitely see them trying to stack that pedigree.
7 more picks.
The pick, lots of Pickett and picks and Pickett.
Yeah, I know.
Here on my end of the chat.
What'll make me upset is if any of the next 3 picks are Dean.
The Vikings, the Vikings kind of like secretly have always been fans of letting the Packers do well, and maybe they feel bad for the Lions. 2 division trades.
Denver's coming on in 2 picks. They need linebacker. Bad. They don't got a linebacker. Alexander Johnson, who's backup linebacker guy, is their guy.
But here's the thing is like Nakobe Dean is really good, but there is a lot of guys when you start to get down to this level that may not have the injury concerns and maybe a little bit more prototypical size. My thing is always like, I watched London Fletcher play really well. Jamario Davis isn't like a huge dude. He's played really well in the NFL. Like, I think you can be successful if you're smart and a good football player, and that seems to be what Nakobe Dean is. So hopefully he doesn't go to the Broncos.
Hopefully not. Hopefully the Broncos just waive their pick. Wait. The 49ers took a running back? Who'd they take?
No.
Oh, it's Breece Hall's comparison. I was like, did they take Isaiah Spiller or something? Like, why do they got Lashady and a running back being compared to each other?
Oh, that's a funny tweet from the Jets. 2 Michael Carters, 2 Wilsons, and now they have 2 guys named Breece Hall. That is kind of I mean, there might be something there. I'm Mike. I'm telling you that we need to double up on the Zions on this. If we can get 6'3" cornerback out of Sam Houston State, Zion McCollum, I'm gonna be pumped.
I like Zion McCollum and Tariq Woolen if we're gonna go corner. What other corners are still there? I haven't even really paid attention too much. I know Taylor Britt went. Booth went to the Vikings. Good little fit for him there. They need help at corner, so he's going to get a lot of playing time. He needs to develop, but I just didn't know how well he was going to develop behind like somebody's 3 corners or whatever it is. Who is that on the stage?
Eric Armstead. The giant dude.
Hey, like a – what is the pick? 49ers. Drake Jackson. Lots of USC boys. Roger McCreary went. Speaking of, we were talking about corners. Kyler Gordon, I remember that pick. Oh, Lante Taylor to the Saints.
Yeah. I didn't know much about Taylor, to be honest. For whatever reason, I just never kind of stopped on him when I was scrolling through cornerbacks.
He's another guy that wasn't a second round projection, just later guys, just guys that I briefly looked at as well, just knowing their names, knowing what they do. Oh man! All right, here's another question. So far, most shocking pick to you? Mine is 100% the center out of Chattanooga getting drafted in the top 25.
So, I'm not as shocked as that as other people, right? Because this is what Belichick does, and as long as it's not a wide receiver, which Tyquan Thornton, it's like he brings wide receivers there in the draft so that they can be out of the league in 3 years, and yeah. I don't love that. They did that with like that Tompkins kid a couple years ago. He was out of the league in 3 years, and they did it with another wide receiver. Safety Brian Cook. Come on.
That's who the Chiefs took?
Yeah. All right, I'm done with the Chiefs. Chiefs, stop picking. We're done. You gotta take a break. You gotta chill out here.
The freaking Dolphins traded him 5 picks for 1 player.
I know. This is stupid.
And the Broncos have 5 too from Russ. Oh no, they lost 5. They didn't get 5. Opposite.
Right. Did I cut you off on your rant about Chattanooga? I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't a rant. I was just saying I was shocked that he reached on a guy that even like the Rams were saying we were looking at this guy at 104 to be a possible pick for us. Like, so it wasn't like a 10 pick reach. It wasn't a 50 reach. It was an 80 pick reach.
So I'm going to go with the 2 picks because I don't hate any of these picks. I don't think any of them are like bad or reaches. I can justify it because I get the thought process once I see it for the most part on a lot of them. The move I'm going to go with, Mike, is 2 of them. And they're both wide receivers and they're both electric players, but I just don't understand the spot. Christian Watson to Green Bay. Rodgers just doesn't click with young wide receivers who need development, and he seems to be a developmental project. So, yes, it's exciting as fans. We see his speed and his size and whatever, but history tells us that Aaron Rodgers, that's not the spot, right? And then Jameson Williams, going to miss some time, camp, cohesion, and it's not like Jared Goff throws some great deep ball like in Detroit. I mean, I saw a tweet from somebody, and they said, like, could we send some prayers out for Jameson Williams? Like, he's totally healthy and everything's great. He just woke up in Detroit this morning. And I was like, it's not that far off. Like, wide receivers just don't pan out in Detroit unless your name is Calvin Johnson. Like, think of all the Charles Rogers and Roy Williams and the old Mike Williams. I don't know if you remember that Mike Williams from USC. Like, they just didn't work.
The damn Lions, man. I mean, I like the Aiden Hutchinson pick, of course. I gave them a B in my little graphic that I made today. Or I think I gave them a B+. But everyone's freaking out. They're like, they got Jameson Williams and Aiden Hutchinson. How are you giving them a B+ and not an A+? It's like, first of all, stop freaking out. We're off by 1 letter grade. We aren't that far off. Stop calling me an idiot in the comments. You're calling yourself an idiot if you're calling me an idiot when we're close on our ranking here. But first of all, that. And then second of all, they traded three top 66 or 3 second round or better picks for a rookie wide receiver coming off of a nasty injury, and they traded those picks to their division rival. You ain't getting an A+ out of me if you do something like that.
To be honest, Mike, I would have went closer to a B or a B-. Like,
yeah, fair.
I don't.
I'm a huge JMO fan.
Exactly, but I think in the right spot, and that's the thing is like, what's the fit when you look at it? You know, like, I get you're drafting and you want to get the best value and impact position, but does Dan Campbell look like the kind of person that's going to be like, all right, let's light it up with Jameson Williams? Like, I don't know if there's really. I mean, there's so many better spots he could have ended up on. That's why Chargers fans are so excited, is because we saw that ball that he threw to Guyton last year, and you start imagining what you could do with that kind of speed and Herbert's arm. But the problem is Jared Goff is not in that class, as far as throwing the football.
True. It's true. We'll see how that works out. Hopefully they get a quarterback. Maybe they are in the conversations for Malik Willis. Seattle's picking here in about 10 picks. Atlanta's got another pick right after Seattle. We'll see. All right, another question here.
Yes.
Do we think that Olave and MT will be the best wide receiver duo? No. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins is going to be the best wide receiver duo next year.
Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Did you see that T. Higgins is having some surgery and having some? Yeah, he's gonna miss. He's gonna miss some camp time or something. I'm a fan of T. Higgins. I was a little bummed to read that Zach Taylor was. I didn't get the whole story, but I saw he's gonna miss some time. The best wide receiver duo. Is that what we're going with?
That's what we're going with.
Well, it's Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I'm sorry. When Justin Herbert wins MVP next year and both of those guys go for about 1,250 and 10 touchdowns apiece, like, come on. You already know what time it is.
This person's a Chargers fan, so they'll agree with us. Christian Watson hasn't been taken yet. Someone's saying Christian Watson has to go to the Broncos, then you're screwed. I got some bad news. Maybe the Bills take Dean here.
Stevie Johnson.
Really? Former Charger. Bolt up, Stevie. Hey, Stevie started that little alien thing.
Oh, shit. Oh. I'm not gonna lie. This is a sneaky good move by the Bills.
Is it James? I just saw Joe put it in the chat.
Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. When I saw that pick, what?
James Cook. That's good.
What? Get out of here!
They went with James Cook instead of Brian Robinson. Stay away from my Brian Robinson.
Well, I think Isaiah Spiller was kind of like. He was kind of the consensus next guy, right? Unless I missed him when I went to the restroom, but I don't think he didn't get taken.
No, he did not. James Cook, Dalvin Cook's little brother, right? Or cousin? Little brother.
They look so much alike and they run alike. He just doesn't seem to be the same size. I was reading something too where like it's really tough to gauge the Georgia running backs, just like it's tough to gauge the defense. Because they have so much talent on that team that they're rotating out, right? So Zamir White, I believe his name is, people are saying not really, but kind of reminds you a little, runs angry like Adrian Peterson. And I was like, I went back and I watched it again. I go, you know what? Not super great vision, but like this guy will truck people.
All right, here's a crazier question for us, Tony, and it's another Chargers-themed question. By the way, if you guys are just tuning in on TikTok, put everything in the Q&A. We can't keep up with both chats, but we can keep up with the Q&A in the other chat, so that's easier to do. But someone asked, do you think – it was Jacksman, actually, one of my loyal followers over here. Do you think Debo will go to the Chargers?
No.
No, we don't. It doesn't make sense. Nothing about it makes any sense unless Keenan Allen is out the door next year or something. There's no way it's happening.
Yeah, they're not going to spend what would that be, like $90 million on wide receiver when they have to pay Derwin James. You got to think about like what you're gonna do, like depending on how this draft shakes out. Nick Bonito, love that.
To Denver?
Oh, not to Denver. Eat it. Shit. That pisses me off too.
And they need help there because Bradley Chubb is like one more injury away from being done. He is now on like a 3 straight season injury streak right now.
I really think this is kind of what you do in this division. You say, hey, we traded, we signed Gregory, Bradley Chubb's coming back, and just in case, let's go ahead and get another pass rusher that we're going to need to go hunting this fall. I lost my train of thought because of that Nick Bonito nonsense.
We were talking about Debo. I'll get us another question.
Oh, Debo's not there. Let me catch up on this chat real quick. Hold that one for 1 second because Jordan's in here coming hot. What is this? After tomorrow, it's going to be a long wait of nothingness till the NFL. Jordan, I disagree. Jump in here in the chat every Friday, and we'll talk some football. We'll get it going, and I'm enjoying how active you are.
You can follow us on social media pages as well. We'll be out there. We'll be living.
Joe asked James Cook's to Buffalo. Do you like it?
I do.
I love it too.
Yeah. I think it's a good fit. Zach Moss can kind of go back to his role as being just a power back. He didn't really work out trying to do it all. It kind of really hurt his performance, but he was doing good as just the power back to a point where people were like, they got Zach Moss, just start him over Devin Singletary. But I think James Cook can be the 3 down eventually, and then Zach Moss can be the power back again, hopefully.
I'm not sure. I'm not necessarily. I don't know if I see James Cook as 3 downs because he's a little thin, but a little smaller than his bro. But maybe, who knows?
Well, to me, 3 downs in Buffalo is a pass blocker.
Is that you're basically throwing the ball 70% of the time. Anyways, just a couple more to catch up on. Raiders gonna get Dean in the 3rd. No, they're not. Get out of here. Beat it.
Don't jinx it, please.
I'll riot. I will riot if that happens.
Chargers pick is coming up quick. He might become a Charger. I mean, it's coming up quick. We're now on the screen at least, Tony.
All the AFC West teams are drafting good. I know. I love the draft the Raiders are having. No picks.
14 more picks. Andrew Booth went to the Vikings, Who Dey Bengals. But y'all got a DB, I think. Is that where obviously they got Daxton Hill. That's where Cam Taylor Britt went. Right?
Wait.
Bengals? Yeah.
Wait, who got Booth? You said the Bengals got him?
The Vikings.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
It was a Bengals fan who asked me who got Booth. All right, so here's a question here. Between Desmond Ridder or maybe Sam Howell, doubt will be Carson Strong, or Malik Willis. Which QB thinks getting taken next? I think it's be Malik Willis.
It
could be Ridder.
Part of me kind of thinks Matt Corral.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
Why not? I mean, they waited this long, so wouldn't it make sense to just like all of a sudden Malik Willis is just not the next quarterback taken and everybody's mind starts melting and the internet freaks out?
That would make everyone freak out.
Jordan says the Giants pick is coming up. What do you guys pick at right now? It says the pick is in Jacksonville round. Wait, is it round 3 already? What did I miss?
Yeah. We
round
passed
3.
Yeah. The Broncos had that last pick with what's his name?
With Benito.
Oklahoma, yeah, Benito.
Oklahoma rusher. Which I like.
Right, let's see what we got
Jacksonville. Here. I think Jacksonville's having actually a nice draft. I know people don't like Trayvon Walker, but all right, we'll see.
Jacksman asked me, who do we think is going to win the Super Bowl? Obviously, it's going to be the Chargers, bro.
Yeah, I know you can't see me, but right now you just need to bolt up, whoever asked that question.
Jacksman, it's time to bolt up. Tony, do you believe in love at first sight?
Hell yeah, I do.
Me too.
Yeah. I saw my wife when I was walking across the street, and I said some things I'm not going to say on air here. I'll tell you privately if you want to know. But I met her. We danced. We got married. We have children. Love at first sight. No
From
question.
Dancing straight to the chapel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this. I like this for Jacksonville. This is good. This is what they need to be doing. Getting some big bodies on the offensive line.
Lots of centers. Lots of centers in this class.
I forget who did Jacksonville. They traded up into the first round last night, right? I was a little drunk, and they drafted who?
They drafted Trayvon Walker and Devin Lloyd.
Yeah, there we go. Great first round.
They are going to have a freaking front seven, Tony.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, Josh Allen. If Trayvon Walker works out, he's not a bust. And Devin Lloyd and Foye Oluokun, who's already put up some all-pro looking, but definitely Pro Bowl looking football. It's a good front seven now.
I think that you could say whatever you want, whether or not Trayvon Walker becomes worth a first overall pick as an edge rusher, but he's going to be a great player sideline to sideline no matter what. And Devin Lloyd can actually get after the quarterback too. Like he can coverage. I think he can do it all. I really like him. Oh, snap. Nakobe Dean is like a Jenga tower right now. Like they just pulled out the linebacker Quay Walker, and then it just went and he just
Oh, yeah. Ryan Asamoah goes over him. Damn, another linebacker goes.
When I was watching him, and I watched a little bit, and then I went and watched one of the recommended games the scouts had on. He looks like a safety. I'm always confused. Like, maybe it's the number and the size combined. But for whatever reason, when I see him, I'm like, oh, who's that safety? Oh, that's a linebacker.
He's a little smaller. He's a hybrid guy, though. He could potentially be a guy that's versatile and goes out and covers tight ends and slot receivers. All right, so someone's asking me, it's XX2 Fresh, asking, what do we think of the Packers picks so far? They got Christian Watson in round 2. Oh.
The Giants pick is in. Jordan, are you still here? Are you still with us? Oh, Jordan, I want to hear from you. Maybe Jordan ran away. Jordan, I don't know if you're on a tape.
He said, if it's not Dean, ...
I hope you're not in a public forum, or you at least use your church voice. I don't remember watching anything about this kid.
I've never heard of this person before.
And I don't sit here claiming to be like the world's greatest expert on all these players, right?
Yeah.
I went through and I read things about players, and then I would watch the players that I really liked. I don't remember reading about this guy. It says 83 for the PFF run grade 2021.
The Vikings, the Lions traded with the Vikings to help the Vikings trade with the Packers to get their receiver. It's not adding up to me. The Vikings traded back with the Lions to 32 and 34. And then at 34, they traded back with the Packers. When are the Bears going to get in on this shit?
And the Bears don't have a lot of picks, right? So I think the Bears coming into this draft only had like 4 or 5 picks. So I think the Bears are going to be looking to move back in like the 3rd round. And I think the Bears had 2 picks in the 2nd round, and they may have already moved back on one of them. On that pick they got for Khalil Mack, they may have turned that into more picks.
They drafted somebody. They drafted a DB. But yeah, they're picking at 71 here in a little bit too. We'll see. We're at 67. So Cleveland's about to be on, and the Chargers are coming up, Tony. I'm pretty pumped for it.
11 more.
I saw that. Did you see this OBJ thing? It's not really that big a deal right now. OBJ tweeted that he knows what's going on with the Deebo Samuel situation. No one really. OBJ, what's going on with your situation, dude? Tell us what's going on with your situation.
That's to me that doesn't really mean anything.
Doesn't say anything unless he's going to expose whatever's going on.
Like,
hey, I know the drama, and then not tell anyone the drama.
Yeah, was it unsolicited tweet or Instagram or what? He just said, "Hey, I got a secret. I know something you don't know."
He tweeted, "I just got off the phone with Deebo and I got the tea."
Okay, well, I get that, but like, who cares? Because if you're not going to say anything, then you just want our attention? Do you just want us to beg you to know what's going on? Because
I don't know.
Honestly, it didn't really feel like as many people were coming for Deebo as hard as they were coming for DK or even AJ Brown. He at least got a deal done, right?
It's true. It's true. They don't want him as bad. He's got more injury concerns. He's got more tread on the tires. He wants more money, I think. So I don't know. That might be scaring the Jets from sending that mega package in. Okay, so someone asked me about what we think about the Packers, and then we got to talk about the Colts a little bit. But we'll start with the Packers because I kind of just stopped talking about that.
Yeah, he's an like Gettleman make the last pick. Here's your parting gift, Gettleman. Here you go. Make one pick. And he's like, all right, I'm going to reach to the bottom of the board. That's fun.
Personally, I like what the Packers have done in this draft. Christian Watson, I see the worries there about Rodgers with the young receivers. He's gonna have to make it work because he's running out of options. I mean, Sammy Watkins or Christian Watson, I don't know. We're running out of options. But first round, they got Devontae Wyatt and Quay Walker. While Quay Walker, I think, needs to develop and needs some work, with Devondre Campbell there, they don't need Quay Walker to be a superstar linebacker in year one. He has time to develop, to work on that. 2 years with Devondre Campbell there standing right next to him. And either they can keep those guys together for the long term, or they can go ahead and okay, now you can go ahead and walk Devondre. We're going to go with Quay as our guy. And then the pick that I like the most so far by the Packers is definitely Devontae Wyatt.
I love that pick for them.
Perfect fit for them. Zadarius Smith played a lot inside. They've had other guys playing inside. Just put this guy there. Let him go to work down there.
The other great thing is when you go to a place like Green Bay, you become a Packer, they will love you, right? You can't really get into trouble. There's not a lot to do. There's not going to be any nightclubs. Like if you just get in your playbook, and I know there's probably not a lot for a defensive guy or whatever, get in the weight room, get shredded, become the new generation's Kabir Basha Biamila. Like do what you got to do, and Green Bay will love you, and you could have a great start to your career there. Him and Quay Walker,
yeah, I'm with it. The Browns on the clock. I didn't even know they had a pick in the next 10 drafts.
Mike, you're about to lose your mind right here. You want me to be quiet while you just sit here and enjoy this guest announcing?
Who is it? Is it Logan Paul?
No.
Oh, damn it. Is it Jake Paul?
No.
Damn it. Is it The Rock? It's The Miz!
That's what I'm saying.
It's The Miz! He's from Cleveland. He's everywhere, man. He's WWE's star right now. Screw John Cena. It's The Miz. We're going to talk about the Colt tryouts with this, whoever submitted that question. If you guys want to ask questions, put them in the Q&A box. Easier to see.
So I'm so confused because I did watch this kid and I was like, oh, and I was looking at every person's projection for Martin Emerson, and they're like fourth round, he could fall or whatever. He's a project. He's going in the middle of the third round.
Yeah, I don't know much about him either. Middle of the third round, though. That's pretty high for a guy that's a project. And he got drafted by The Miz. How awesome is that?
TD snuck in here, and I didn't even notice.
TDs. Rainey, why do you keep asking if I got your live banned? I can't ban anyone's lives. I don't have that much power. I wish I did.
Let's get Kobe Bryant.
I'm starting to like that. He needs to develop too, but we are a place to develop corners right now. We got a bunch of corners.
I do like this instant replay. I like this. I like Zion McCollum too in this next spot. There's also another guy I don't think has been picked, and I know nobody's going to like it, but Max Mitchell looks pretty tempting here because now you have the whole right side of your line, and all these tackles fell. Lucas Abraham, Daniel Falele's down here.
Dude.
There's some big right tackles.
That takes our line from okay, we're probably going to have a top 10 line now to, okay, now we're looking at possibly having the best line in the league with the best receiving core in the league and one of the better running backs in the league and one of the better quarterbacks in the league. What are you going to do? Go ahead. Send bitch-ass Trent McDuffie at me. Go ahead.
TDs is coming in firing. Did you just get off work, TDs? Emerson is from Pensacola, Florida. TD is one of my favorite underground rappers. Go check him out. It's always spitting bars. Can't wait for fantasy season. Just like Michael Carter. Michael Carter going to be in a timeshare with Breece Hall.
Michael Carter's probably
Petite Ferrer. Now maybe some tackles. Now maybe some tackles start going before us.
We'll see.
Right, thin it out a little bit.
Seattle. They just got Charles Cross. They're probably not taking a tackle.
After the first round, they got messy in the middle of the first. When the Saints traded up for Chris Olave, I was like, you mortgaged your future to get a wide receiver and Trevor Penning? Okay.
Full circle, Tony. We forgot to talk about the Colts. I'm very excited about the second round pick. One of my favorite second round picks of the draft so far. The Colts got Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman. Bring T.Y. Hilton's ass back and put him in the slot now.
I'm not gonna lie. That's probably when we go over it and we'll go like great best fit or favorite fit for each round. Alec Pierce in Indianapolis right there could be the spot for me.
I think with that pick, I think officially Matty Ice has the best team he's had since he went to the Super Bowl in Indy.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to go back and revisit that roster, but I might be able to make an argument that this one's better just because the defense.
Yeah,
like
they're going to pound the rock, and the O-line. The O-line is going to be insane again. They're going to pound the rock still with J-Tay, but when Matty Ice has to come off that play action, you know he's going to make the right decisions. He's going to get the ball to Pierce and get the ball to Michael Pittman. You're going to see a lot less of that insanity football that you saw out of Carson Wentz and more efficient football. The Colts are probably going to win that division.
Yeah, I'm liking him more and more as the offseason progresses for sure. And I think that it's going to be interesting to see because Jordan's got
there goes Chad Muma.
Yeah, again.
The Jags have linebackers for days.
Yeah. I mean, this defense. I don't know who the defensive coordinator is over there, but he's like sitting in there and he's like, I need this guy and I need this All-American and I need like that defense for Jacksonville is going to allow them to compete. They're going to be forcing some 3-and-outs and turnovers and pressure, like young speed everywhere you look. And Aluakon, when we were talking free agency stuff, I was like, hey, if we're not going to sign Kaiser, give this guy a look. 190-something tackles, and he just is everywhere.
Yeah, I love Chad Muma when I watched this tape. He reminded me of, like, I couldn't even really, like, pinpoint a linebacker. He reminded me of Sean Lee if Sean Lee was, like, way more athletic, which is scary to say because Sean Lee is an athletic dude.
I want to – Jordan says right here, he says at this point he'll give me Malik Willis, and I think that we could see the Giants – and even the Titans saying like, hey, if these quarterbacks are going to be down here in the 3rd and 4th round, let's go. I'll start the process now, and we'll bring in the guy that we want. Bears on the clock.
What are the questions we got?
Bears trading back here?
The Panthers, too. The Panthers are getting closer to the Panthers. Maybe they trade up.
The Seahawks.
Everyone's saying the Hawks in my chat.
Seahawks, yeah. The pick is in.
I have no idea who the Packers are going to take. They've taken receiver, D lineman, and linebacker. Maybe they go one of these tackles. Maybe they lost Billy Turner.
Yeah, I could see that. The Bernard Rahman.
I'm surprised he's still there. The other guys, I didn't know where they were really going to go. Lucas and all them, I didn't really know where they were going to go. But I thought Rahman was like an edge round 1, like maybe early round 2 guy.
So I think that some of these guys that we like them because they're size. They don't have a lot of years in football because they're rugby players. Like Rahman and Falele have only been playing football for like 4 or 5 years or whatever. I think Rahman played football, but like not in a super competitive way until like late high school and college or whatever. Scrolling through this list here to see. I was very happy for David Ajabo too.
Very good landing spot for him.
No. Very
good. Baltimore might turn him into like one of the better guys in the league if he can get healthy and develop. That's a good spot.
Baltimore thinks it's working out for him. You get Kyle Hamilton at 13 or whatever it is, at 14, and then you get a center. You trade back in and get you replace the center, like the Pro Bowl center that left, and now you get an edge rusher that's going to be coming off the PUP list in week 7 or 8.
Yeah, I want to see Joe's Ravens predictions this year.
This is confusing.
Rasheed Walker. That's who the Packers fan a lot. Luke wants the Packers to get at 92. We got 20 picks. Who the Bears taking?
Taking your guy.
My guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh! I mean, I didn't really want him that was the next pick. I was thinking like way later. Yeah, he's sneaky good, and he can help out in the return game too. That's why I was like, oh, maybe we don't really need him because we got Carter, but I like him a lot. I think he's a do-it-all receiver. Maybe not a 1, but down the line, maybe he could be a really good slot receiver and a returner for somebody. Maybe the Bears. They need receivers bad. They should have got Alec Pierce earlier in this draft with that other pick. Poor Justin Fields, man. Velus Jones and Darnell Mooney are going to be his top receivers next year.
There's some kids that are still on the board that are coming up that I would kind of like the Chargers to take that we really haven't talked about. The defensive end, Cameron Thomas from San Diego State, would be a real nice piece there.
Isn't he like 6'9", some crazy ass numbers?
He's just big. He put up like a dozen sacks, and he's got like all these pressures. Perion Winfrey is another guy that I think can not only play in over the nose, but you could put him outside like in a Tillery spot or something like that. Yeah. And, like let him press the edge a little bit. JT Woods, the safety from Baylor, is big and ran like a 4.37.
Travis Jones, is he still available?
What is it?
Is Travis Jones still on the board? Jordan just asked it. I was thinking about Travis Jones a couple picks ago too.
No way. He's not. Travis Jones isn't gone yet? I thought he went early in the second. What? I gotta get where can I find an updated list?
I have a list.
Okay, because I have not been able to find a good updated list
of what's someone asked me who the 49ers took too, so I can look for that. He's free falling, Tony. He's not been taken yet.
Okay, so Travis Jones, I'm gonna bump him up to the top of my list. Mike Travis Jones is one of those guys, another one of those guys that I've been fighting for to be included in the conversation for nose tackles. Just because he come from Connecticut, like it doesn't matter. Dude's a beast. He's huge and he's athletic. Let's go.
Whoever the 49ers, hey, what's up, Lord Star? Whoever the 49ers fan that was asking who the 49ers took, they took Drake Jackson, USC edge rusher. Solid pick.
I'm sorry.
Solid pick. Yeah, Travis Jones still on the board. Matt Arise is still on the board. You think Matt Arise gets drafted today?
No. It'll be fun, but I don't think he gets done. Charboy, 0 QBs on day 2, which is crazy to me. Wait, is Travis Jones still available? Yeah, it looks like Travis Jones is still available.
Niners pick Drake Jackson, USC edge rusher.
I like that. I think Drake is a solid player. Like I would have been if he was there at 79 and he was the pick. I could be happy about that. He's not on our team, so whatever. So Jordan is clearly tipping the sauce over there.
Maybe Kayvon and Aziz times 10.
No, maybe Ojulari, Thibodeau, the rest of the defense versus the William of St. Mary's, prep school. Then sure.
Ojulari had like a little bit of a sneaky good year last year, but nowhere near Bosa.
I was just you can have a sneaky good year. It's Joey Bosa.
His sneaky good year would be the worst year of Joey Bosa's life, his high school. His worst year of his high school career. Seahawks get Malik Willis. They're on the clock. Their pick is in. Malik Willis. Let's do it. Seattle.
Charboy saying yes or no. I don't know.
Yes. Take him. I'm with it.
I think I like the fit.
They got Drew Lock. They don't need quarterbacks. Yeah. Someone said greetings from Mexico. Hello. How's it going from Mexico?
There'll be all the people where it'll be 10 years ago, they drafted Russell Wilson in the 3rd round and Drew Lock is about to get Matt Flynn out of the NFL. It'll be the same repeat over again. They traded for, I think they either traded for or signed Matt Flynn, gave him a big contract, and then Russell Wilson came to camp and was like, I got this, bro. Go take a seat. Go take a seat. Be one of the most overpaid backups of all time.
Okay, so Rambot from Mexico, he's asking, what is my opinion on the Ravens draft? We were talking about a second ago.
Oh, my goodness.
Shaquem Griffin. Or is it Shaquem, right? Yep. He met Joe and Joe's son. They took Travis Jones, didn't they?
No, they didn't. They took one of the players that I would have been okay with, though, for sure.
Abraham Lucas. There he goes.
So they got Cross and Lucas in this draft. Like, the Seahawks are also putting together a competitive draft. And I don't think any team wants to be the first one to balk. I don't think these teams love any of these quarterbacks enough to where it says, if I don't get that one guy, I'm going to be bummed. Like, I'll just take one of them. I'll take Ritter. I'll take Corral. I'll take Willis. I'll take whatever.
Yeah, somewhere at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work,
we're going to draft someone else next year.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Nakobe Dean's still on the board, Chargers Daily, and the Chargers pick is coming up. We still got 5 more picks, so maybe when we get to Indianapolis' second pick in the next 5 picks, we'll start talking about who the Chargers are taking here. But we're thinking Travis Jones, thinking Nakobe Dean, Zion McCollum.
What
receivers are you thinking, Tony? If they go receiver here? Speedsters.
Calvin Austin, the third, the little guy. Like, he breaks ankles and he is 4.37 or whatever. Oh, dude, somebody just get body slammed over here?
What?
I don't know. I missed it. These guys have to be from some sort of like TikTok frat boy party house or something.
Hey, those are all my friends.
The cheeky.
I just saw some
Boyas. Oh, this is a nice pick for the Colts right here.
Okay, thanks for the follow, Moses.
Is this the first tight? No, McBride went already, right? Dolphins is still there. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
This is
off. Jelani Woods.
Even the Colts are saying, "Hey, don't count out Matty Ice just yet. Like, we think he can still play, so we're gonna go get him Alec Pierce in the second round, 6'4", runs a 4.41, and then we're gonna get Jelani Woods, who's
never watched this guy play football before. He looks like a tank.
He's like 6'8".
Oh my gosh, how have I not seen this guy before?
Yeah, and he runs really nice and fast. Like, he's a good receiving option. Probably, from what I saw, it looks like more playing kind of off the line than, like maybe Mo Alley Cox is still there and they say, hey, put your hand in the dirt and block somebody. Well, Jelani Woods goes out and catches 75 balls.
Colts making it happen this offseason. Bring T.Y. back now. Come on.
Oh, it's starting.
QB.
It's starting, Mikey.
The Atlanta Falcons have drafted a quarterback. Desmond Ridder.
My guy.
Malik Willis stays on. Malik Willis stays on the board.
I love this spot for Desmond Ridder. I think this is a great opportunity for him. He's going to come in and compete. Mariota should definitely win the job, but they got Drake London yesterday, Kyle Pitts. He's going to have some weapons there. If Atlanta comes back and lands a decent running back late in this draft, like Arthur Smith is a good offensive coach, so he's going to come in and learn in a good system, and maybe this allows Arthur Smith to get another year. Falcons were competitive at the end of the year last year. I think they won 6 or 7 games.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and clearly he has a type. They're saying his comp is Marcus Mariota. So Arthur Smith, clearly, he likes his quarterbacks a certain way. Smart and athletic. And
all right, Malik Willis is going to get taken now. Where is it going to be, though? Maybe Indy. All these weapons they're adding. Everyone's young in the offense except for the quarterback. Willis can sit for 2 years even if you need him to.
I'm
You're
so
gotta be.
nervous.
The Colts have to be tired of doing this Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan thing over and over again. They got to be. Right?
Say that again. I missed you.
I said the Colts got to be tired of this Phillip Rivers to Carson Wentz to Matt Ryan to the next veteran quarterback thing. It's time. Draft somebody. Jacob Eason isn't it. We know that.
Yeah, you. But the Colts. I know who said what. Darius Leonard said I had 5 starting quarterbacks in the 5 years I've been here, or whatever, or 4 years I've been here. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's time. To me, this couldn't have worked out any better for Atlanta. Like,
yeah,
this is why I said what I said about Pittsburgh. Do you think Pittsburgh feels foolish for taking a quarterback in the first round when they could have waited much later and still got their guy? Or got a guy similar to that. Like maybe.
Oh, so Denver's trading out here. Houston's on the clock now. But
Denver needs to accumulate some picks.
Yeah,
although I don't want them to. Jelani Woods was supposed to be a Giant. Maybe he's a Giant man. Maybe he was a Giant in another life, and he came back as ridiculous.
Hopefully, Denver Bronco fans realize like the roster that they have is not ready to win a Super Bowl, and they have no more picks. So like this Russell Wilson thing, yeah, it's nice and it's great to have Russell Wilson. He's gonna upgrade at quarterback, majorly be a better quarterback than the previous quarterback. But before you can put it together, that Super Bowl team around him, you're gonna have to wait a couple years. You can't really do much other than sign free agents, and even that, you're a little cap strapped. It doesn't really exist. I posted something about offensive lineman from UNC. I'm getting a lot of heat for it.
Jordan, that's what you got to keep it positive, my friend. It doesn't matter who this pick is right now for the Chargers. I'm going to support it. Even if it's a player I know nothing about and nobody I would have picked, I'll clap my hands, I'll go do my research, and I'll put a positive spin on it. Now, will it be as beautiful as the piece I wrote about Zion Johnson? No, you should all go to nutsandboltslac.com and you should read it because it is a love letter to Zion Johnson.
I'm getting more and more in love the more I watch highlight the Zion Johnson blowing dudes up.
Oh, my God.
Been nonstop. I can't do anything but watch Zion Johnson highlights this today.
Ooh, Lovie Smith just went out and got his Brian Urlacher right here.
FaZe Rug is going to announce it a lot, Luke. Brian Urlacher? Is it Nakobe Dean?
No. But again, this is another guy that's
Leo
like
Chanel?
This is a similar size to Nakobe Dean.
Harris. Yep. Damn, Christian Harris went before Nakobe Dean. Is Channing Tindall going to go before him too?
Well, so earlier, Rappaport came on my channel and said something about, I don't know which network you're watching this on, but Rappaport said that he has a pec injury and he doesn't want to have surgery on it. And so teams are like, no, we're good. Like, we'll get a guy who is willing to have surgery, apparently.
I wonder why he doesn't want to have surgery on it.
Wait, can you explain this to me? What am I missing here? That was me with KT. I literally almost.
Yvonne Thibodeau.
Oh, yeah.
He's been watching highlights all day like us. Do we watch basketball? Yes, we do. We're Lakers fans. We don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we do. I am enjoying the NBA playoffs, though, without any stress.
Well, wait till next year. LeBron's going to have a whole new roster of superstars.
I don't know. I'm supposed to be being positive, Mike. I'm not going to tell you what I really think.
We're trading Anthony Davis away. We're trading Russell Westbrook away. We're trading everyone out. And we're just going to start over with Bron again.
And it's just still, yeah. I've ran every scenario. There's no great outcome for the Lakers.
The outcome is LeBron leaves, and we're back in the dark ages for a while.
Well, I don't think the Lakers would let that happen because he's going to break Kareem's scoring record, and they want that in a Lakers uniform. So we get Bron for at least one more year. The problem is the packages for Westbrook aren't going to be great, and the package for Davis is not going to be great. So like, even if we traded them both away, we're not going to get back enough young talent to beat the Grizzlies, the Suns. I don't know.
Embiid got hurt?
Yeah, Embiid had a thumb injury, but they closed out the series against Toronto, so they're getting some rest. James Harden has been very unimpressive in the playoff. Tyrese Maxey is the second best player on that team. Tobias Harris needs to be more consistent.
What's up with the QBs falling? The QB just went, so we could see one go now. I'm thinking maybe the Indy pick.
How funny would it be if Baltimore drafted Malik Willis right here and was basically just like, hey, remember how you didn't want to sign any of those contracts we got? You're going to get a chance to be traded, and then they're going to franchise tag you for 2 years for another team, and we'll start over. Like we'll franchise tag you and then trade you next year for picks. Like
at a certain point, he wouldn't play. At a certain point, Lamar wouldn't play.
I'm saying from a strategy point, it's like you don't want to sign this contract. Malik Willis just fell to us in the third round, so we're going to go ahead. You can play out this year. We'll franchise tag you like we were planning, and then if Malik's ready, we'll trade you. Otherwise, you'll play next year like you wanted to in a franchise tag because you don't have a no-trade clause. So we'll just trade you to the highest bidder. Somebody's coming for Lamar Jackson with what, 2-3 first-round picks? I'm just saying, it's a good strategical move to get the guy that reminds you of Lamar Jackson and trade your current Lamar Jackson and keep the same system.
But here's the question, Tony. How is my prediction that Lamar Jackson's going to win one Super Bowl one day going to come true if he gets traded to some shit team that can give up 3 picks for him?
Is Jordan watching from the future? What happened? Why is he telling me that?
I guarantee you that if he is, the Ravens probably took Travis Jones. Because that's just what they do. They're going to have the best D-line in like 2 years. They're going to have this insane D-line.
I'm not going to.
It's going to be Ajobu, Travis Jones. Oh, my goodness gracious.
I didn't think there was any chance that Travis Jones would even come this close to pick 79. I thought there was a much better chance that Tyquan Thornton could be on the board.
Damn, the Chargers might have actually taken Travis Jones at that point. I know that like the D-line feels like a safe position right now, but that would have been a steal. The D-line should feel like a safe position for Baltimore.
I don't know. I'm still looking at like Abraham Lucas is gone. So
Herbert Edits wants Nakobe Dean.
What happened?
Chargers fan in my chat here, Herbert Edits. He wants Nakobe Dean. He's calling for Nakobe Dean to the Chargers.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad about that. I'd actually kind of love it.
We have not been scared of injuries in the past in the draft.
No, but so for me, if we're going to take an injured player or a player who has injury, could we not have it in a position where we already have Drew Tranquill and Kenneth Murray, like who battle in a lot of injuries? You know what I'm saying? Like, could we get one of these guys that's played every game for their entire college career at that position?
Hopefully a Nakobe Dean pick in round 3, which I would never guess he's going to be in round 3 if you told me yesterday. But a Nakobe Dean pick in round 3 lights a fire under K9's ass, man. Like, yeah, he will come for your job, Kenneth. You want to be standing next to Nakobe Dean.
You guys sold me on it. Nakobe Dean will be at the top of my board right now.
I'm with you. We'll go for Nakobe Dean. And who else? Who else is available right now that you like a lot? Zion McCollum. What are the corners? Tariq Woolen. I like Tariq Woolen.
Ravens.
Maybe they take a running back.
Who's that Ravens TikToker you love so much?
Isaiah Spiller would be cool. Ravens TikToker. We hooping?
He must be so annoying right now.
Yeah, he's probably live right now.
I bet he's just like, you know those videos you send me where he's just screaming nothing? I bet he's doing a lot of that.
It's kind of his stick. Like, people always come on, they're like, bro, you look like a cartoon. Bro, you're so goofy. And I'm like, that's kind of my stick. It's kind of what I go for. Travis Jones to the Ravens. Come on, man. The Ravens are going to be good.
Nakobe Dean.
Win a Super Bowl one day.
Nakobe Dean. I was going to say JT Woods. JT Woods and Zion McCollum are both in that DB that I would be happy with.
Tackles. Fillet. Ramen.
here's the thing. At this point, enough have fallen. Why not wait till the 4th round and see if – I mean, Max Mitchell's still on the board. Falele's still on the board. There's one other tackle.
Raymond.
I just don't know if you take Isaiah Spiller here. With only 2 running backs gone, you still got Brian Robinson Jr., Jerome Ford, Rashad White.
Yeah, I love Rashad White. I feel like Rashad White or Brian Robinson would be perfect. Isaiah Spiller isn't someone that we necessarily need. He can do a lot more.
That's the other tackle that was still on the board.
That's what I was saying, Tony. What's up? Oh, I love you too, Rose.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
You're not going to your parents' house?
Ooh, DeLeo Martin.
Chargers about to pick. You want to be here for it?
DeLeo Martin.
Okay. Well, they have 2 picks still. There he goes. The Colts took him, Tony.
Yeah, you saw it.
Eric Fisher. Screw the Colts.
Look at Bernice. Hi, Bernice.
B, say hi. I'm trying to do that Baker Mayfield thing where my dog is up with its legs out. Where
speaking of Baker Mayfield, it's looking like he's going to be a Panther.
I don't know what team.
Ian Rappaport just tweeted. He said, every pick that the Ravens do is such a Ravens pick.
I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it be.
Take and we're gonna be happy about it.
Yep. I'm just gonna, because I keep looking at it and I'm like, there's 10 guys right now that if they were the pick, I'm gonna celebrate.
Yeah, that's cool. He's in the military in Austria. Willis has not gotten picked yet. Yeah, it's crazy. Someone in my chat is freaking out. Everyone's freaking out. Willis is still on the board.
Oh, she's trying to do it, Mike. Look at her. Oh, she almost went for it.
Oh, the Baker Mayfield spread.
She's almost going for and then we could have. I could have went here.
Charboy, not sure on day 3 of the draft. It gets really long on day 3. It gets really long. The Chargers picks will definitely be talked about, though. Trust me, on this channel right here, nuts and bolts.
I'm gonna have to stand up again. I'm starting to get that.
If it's a good person, I might jump up.
I'm starting to get that warm energy where I'm getting.
Who else was it be?
So the pick is in for the Browns.
We're on the clock right now?
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Chargers are on the clock. Whole family's together. Where's my Chargers hats? I want to put one on now. Who's the next person to wear this hat? Let's see it. Everyone make some predictions in the chats, in both chats. Let us know who the Chargers taking. When do the Raiders pick? Never. But have fun. With the players you got in your roster already and no secondary, no line. Hey, OG, I don't need to talk about the Week 18 thing. We already got over that. We're on to the next season now. Bolt up, Jax, man. Who you want to take? What's up, Tony?
Nothing. I'm just tweeting this into the universe for us, Mike.
It was a different Tony.
Okay.
Pretty crazy. Who the Browns taking? We got FaZe Rug doing our pick too, Tony. One of the biggest YouTubers.
Yeah, you know me and my YouTube game.
Way up there, you know.
Me and him are really close. How do you pronounce his name again? Because
FaZe Rug.
Yeah, you pronounce it different than I do.
What do you mean? You can't pronounce it anything else. That's how you pronounce it.
I go Fazza, right? Because it's a little more French. But that's just me. I'm from a different generation.
Here we go, Tommy T. There's the Blue Men.
Wait.
What the Blue Men like?
The Browns selected Alex Wright just now?
Yeah.
That's a good pick. Remember when I think I showed you Alex Wright?
You did.
There's one video on YouTube of him in high school or college or whatever, and he's just a giant. He's just got a lot of work to do, but it would have been fun. 6'7", 280. All right, we're not going anywhere. Give me a minute. Da-dun, da-dun, da-da,
Nakobe Dean.
Kobe Dean. I just tweeted it into the universe.
Steals in the third rounds. Nakobe Dean. We do need a linebacker.
People had him going at 21 to the Patriots. They had him going.
Chargers have said that they will draft the best player available with their draft picks. Is Nakobe Dean the best player available right now?
He is.
Don't lie to me, Tommy T. Don't lie to me. Let's see.
Didn't he win the Dick Butkus Award for the best linebacker in college football? Like
he's supposed to go like 17th or 18th or 19th or 25th. He's supposed to go a long time ago.
Here's all I do know is that for a while I was worried about how the 4th round pick was going to look, but not as much anymore.
Linebacker here, running back in 4.
Yes.
Then we can look at the punter in 5 or 6 or 7.
Exactly. Well, we also might be able to look at right tackle at 5. I know we'll rise up, and we'll be happy if he comes.
That's true.
But I watched a lot of people that I trust, and they said Matt Arise is not the best punter in this. He's not the best punter in this class. That's just what they said.
You're killing me, Smalls. I've been all in on Ariza, and now you're telling me I need to have some doubt.
Well,
now he doesn't have doubt.
All I'm saying is that a couple of those people on whatever podcast, tape heads or draft tape, whatever, they were just saying that he likes to boom the football, and he might not be as finessed with it. He might just be looking for that.
Someone told me that the Chargers took Malik, and my TV's behind. If the Chargers take Malik, you're going to see some angry people on the stream right now.
That is one pick I will not celebrate. And for it.
All right, we will definitely be going viral, but not in a good way. But here we go. No spoilers. I want to hear it from Roger Goodell. Oh, from FaZe Ruggs' mouth. No spoilers in the chat, but the Chargers are about to pick. My viewers just like shot up like crazy. I wonder why. They want to see what I'm.
Oh, they're showing the draft room.
The Chargers draft room?
Yep, they're in there. Oh, this job is taking its toll on Staley's hair. I can already see it. I'm sorry, brother. I think Staley might be younger than me. I think I figured that out the other day. And I might be older.
Me and Staley have the same hairline.
No, it's not the back. It's not the back I'm worried about, or the front. It's the back.
Oh, the back's falling out.
Too many ball caps. They hit him with a behind angle. I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh, he's sitting ahead of the table spot right there. Oh, Tommy T's right there too, next to him. Let's see. I'm gonna be in that room one day with them, Tony. Giving them TikTok advice.
Like I told you, if they told me that I had to be like, duct tape, zip tied.
Everyone drop some predictions in my chat over here. Who are the Chargers taking? Someone just dropped JT Woods. We'd be excited about that. Who else do you guys think the Chargers could take here? Nakobe Dean. We'd be very excited about that. FaZe Rugg can't draft himself. A tight end would be a third tight end off the board. We got Gerald Everett. We don't need a tight end.
Two YouTube superstars right here.
2 of them? Oh, it's Eckler too. Eckler just joined TikTok, by the way. You guys can follow him.
Yes.
It better be someone good, Tony.
It is
delayed.
It is great. It is.
Chargers pick.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait for you to see it.
JT Woods. Let's go. Nice pick, Tommy T.
Huge safety. Blitzes, comes up, plays in the box. Mikey ran like 4.3 at the combine. Like he's super fast, covers so much ground. Like this player adds depth if there's a Nas injury, right? Probably, I don't know this for sure, but maybe comes in and play a little slot because he's quick enough to make up for it, run with anybody, but also big enough where you could have him bodying a tight end. Is he 6'3"?
And Staley keeps saying this. He keeps reiterating it. My DBs are DBs. I will use them where I need to use them.
Yes,
The guy that's put everywhere.
TJ Woods can lay the wood. He can bring it. Somebody's getting smoked. I don't know. Let's trade back in. And still get the
Sky Moore's getting smoked. Now watch Nakobe Dean's going to go to Denver. Take the wind out of our sails. Let's go. Bolt up. Bolt up. Bolt fam. JT Woods. JT Woods to the Chargers. Gotta love it. FaZe Rug. Yep. FaZe Rug announced it. Thank you, FaZe Rug. Thanks for the little crown jacks, man. I appreciate you. If you guys send any coins like that, I'll give y'all a shout out. What up, Steelers Owen? If you guys have any questions, put them in the Q&A. Broncos pick. Tight end for the Broncos. Got to replace Noah Fant. Greg Dulcich. UCLA tight end. He's good.
Hi, Tony Tucker.
Look who it is.
Hi, Alex Robson.
You're right in the there we go. The draft logo was in your face, Alex.
I know.
Alex,
Cover me up.
third.
Gentlemen, I'd just like that pick. JT Woods, that's a very solid pickup. Him and Derwin James, I like that duo.
Yeah, J.C. Jackson, Asante Samuel Jr. Our secondary's looking scary, Alex.
Yes, sir, it is. Going to need it in that division.
Yeah. Well, they're going to need help because not just the secondary is looking scary, but the D-line's looking a little scary too. This Chargers defense is going to be good. I'm excited. What's your favorite pick of the second round so far? I know who it is.
Favorite pick of the second round, it's not going to be Breece Hall. Calm down.
Ah,
I mean, I do like that pick, though. I'm shocked they didn't go Nakobe Dean, but I'll take it.
still there.
And he's still there. If Nakobe,
It was the Giants guy. Sorry.
I dig the Breece Hall pick. I'm just shocked by it. It's kind of the same thing with Sauce Gardner. I was just shocked they didn't go offensive line or they didn't go safety. Like, I thought Petrie was a lock at 38, and I thought they were just trading up to make sure they got Jalen Petrie. But I'm fine with Breece Hall, him and Michael Carter. Zach Wilson better be doing backflips for the offense he's got right now. I mean, in just a handful of days, he's gotten a better wide receiver. He's gotten now a star running back again. Like, he's going to have all the tools possible, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like what the Jets have done in this draft. I gave them an A+. One of two teams to get an A+ in my draft rankings.
I'll take it. I like it.
Yeah.
Jordan in the chat here, Giants fan. They just picked the cornerback out of LSU.
Atlanta. What do you think about Desmond Ridder to Atlanta, Alex?
I'm just shocked Malik Willis is somehow still on the board after all that hype he got. That he is still there is insane, but I like Desmond Ridder to Atlanta. That's going to be interesting. I think the closest thing comparatively I have to Desmond Ridder is a Marcus Mariota type player. He's just a balanced guy that is athletic as well. So I think that's going to be a good guy for him to learn from.
It'll be good. It'll be a good situation for Ridder.
Mike, I think we're going to put together a really good draft class that I'm going to be excited about it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it'll be any good. We don't get to know any of that stuff till they get on the field. They get in there, but
D'Angelo Malone. Let's trade back in here and get Nakobe Dean. Screw it. No one wants him.
I don't
I'm
know.
shocked that
We
people
got the
aren't taking
Steelers, the Patriots coming up here. Feels like a good spot. I mean, the Raiders. Why not? Then Joe can just tell us like how they stole Nakobe Dean. We didn't even have first round picks, and we still got Nakobe Dean. You know how annoying that would be.
That would be very annoying.
Joe Morley just existing at points in times is very annoying.
Right here. What do we think of the Chargers pick? I really like this pick because this is the kind of guy that Staley will be able to move around. I think that he can play not only safety, but can come down and play corner, and he's fast. Also, too, like, even if he isn't on the field a ton at the beginning, like, I think his speed will be so helpful on special teams, which is an area that we've desperately needed to improve. So now all of a sudden, if you got a guy with 4.3 speed on kick coverage, right, on some of these punts, and if we draft a punter with a leg like Ariza, he's not going to, like, he might be able to boom the ball, And before he would outkick his coverage. Now all of a sudden you got a guy like this outside on the edge burning. Woods is big, what, like 6'3"? Bring it. Mike, what do you think of it? How do you have any feelings about JT Woods?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited for it just because I've always had my doubts about Nas Adderley from his first season, honestly. He's always been the guy that just never completes the play. He seems like he's always getting mossed or he's always something's going wrong. He's just in a bad spot at a bad time, missing big-time tackles in open field. And it's just like Nas is just not developed into what we want him to when we drafted him in the 3rd round, by the way. And now we get another guy to bring in here who's a little bit faster, a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit more of a prototype for this defense, maybe more closer to your John Johnson type that they had in LA with Staley before.
Yeah, Gus,
more length to him.
Gus, you coming through here, and Falele again. I'll be very happy with it, but he's falling. Max Mitchell is falling too. There's a couple of right tackles that are falling down there. And I read some stuff where it's like they like the kid from Florida that they had the meeting with, Gene DeLance or whatever. He's a big guy. Here's the other thing, Gus, and we talked about this on the show, is what if they really do think that Trey Pipkins turned a corner? Like, I know that might be, like, depressing to a lot of Charger fans, but, like, I don't know. Or maybe there's a right tackle that they have, like, sort of a, agreement with that post-draft, we might go out and sign this person and have a competition with Storm Norton and Pipkins. We might not love it, but it might be the reality. And I don't know if Falele, who only had 4 years of college football at Minnesota, if he was necessarily going to be a steal there. But I don't know. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about JT Woods. I really
like them. I like him as a prospect there.
Yeah.
Jordan, I can't either, dude. Joe Douglas is turning on God mode for this draft, it seems. Like, he's gone insane. He may be a little bit drunk with power, but I love it. You think the first round pick, Zion Johnson, will be playing the right guard position? Tony, I'll let you in.
So here's my thoughts
because
on
Zion Johnson, in my opinion, he can play the entire line.
Gus, I wrote like a love letter to Zion Johnson because he's the player that I want in the first round. I love the position versatility. I love the intelligence. I love what he can do for the right side of the line. This is the other thing that I really like about Zion Johnson is the versatility and his willingness to compete. So if they come to camp and they say like, hey, just give it a shot at the right side of the offensive line, maybe he does win the job out there at right tackle. And now all of a sudden we can re-sign Ode Abushi and put him in there at guard. Like, he's been successful at playing other positions before. Why can't he be successful at it again? Now, granted, I think right guard, it's a lock. If you could have Filer, Lindsley, and Zion Johnson in the middle, every time Herbert steps up in the pocket, it's going to be a smoke show. Like, it will be amazing for those three to be in the center of our line.
So, and there he goes! Nakobe Dean to the Eagles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
People were mocking Nakobe Dean to the Eagles in the first round, and they get him in the third.
That's insane. And if you don't think this is like a fire under his axe,
Jordan, I'm so sorry. I was on my soapbox for Zion Johnson, but go through these right here. Giants fan losing his shit over here.
I'm telling you,
the Eagles are killing this thing.
The Eagles defense is legit. Kaiser White and Nakobe Dean in the middle. Hassan Reddick, Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox on the line. Darius Slade is still in the secondary. They need to go get a safety. They need to go get a corner.
They still got Barnett and what's his name? And Brandon Graham is on his last leg there too. So like,
and now, they also got AJ Brown along with Devontae Smith.
And they got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, and they were the number one rush offense last year, which means now they're probably going to be one of the better play action teams in the league next year. But good defense plus pounding the rock, we've seen teams win with that. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I love to see it.
Who's better, the Cowboys or the Eagles? Don't even talk to me about Washington and New York right now.
That's a
Wait till Heineke gets there. Gus, this I like this formation. I just don't see them doing it, right? Like even last night they said why break up the left side of the line? That was the strength of the team. If it's working, I think it's more likely that Zion Johnson doesn't get to compete for right tackle and he just plays the right guard and they say, "Hey, we got 1 through 4. Let's try and figure out how to make 5 work." Right? We're going to put McKitty on the end. He's going to put his hand in the dirt and he's going to block. And he's going to help Chip when, or for Storm Norton or Pipkins or whoever they run out there. And maybe Hymus comes in as guard. And again, we get to kick Zion out to right tackle and see how he works there. Because we still have Brandon Hymus that a lot of people like. So, I don't know. I'm with it. I'm excited about it. Robson, how you feeling right now? What do you want to talk about?
Well, since we're stuck on the Chargers, I just want to talk about how much more I've fallen in love with that pick of Zion Johnson in the first round. That man, like I mentioned when he was drafted, he ran that triple option offense when he was over in Boston College, meaning he has played any and every position on the offensive line. That versatility is going to be so valued, and I love that. Wherever there's a hole, Zion Johnson's going to be able to fill it. So I think that's a great pickup for you guys and one that may change a lot for them.
Yeah,
Marvin Leal is still on the board. He goes to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I was a little shocked about him being here this late too, but it's a good pick. It's a Steelers pick.
Oh yeah,
right. It feels like DeMarvin Leal feels like, hey. You're going to come in and you're going to get to sit next to Cam Hayward in meeting rooms for a couple of years. Here's how you punch Chargers quarterbacks in the stomach because you had to run them down. I'm still bitter about that, Cam Hayward. I don't think we forgot about it. Now, I'm not going to do anything about it because you're like 6'6", 380 pounds. So, but just know that I don't like it.
Jordan's living in a fantasy land here, Tony Tucker. I think you are easily the worst team right now in terms of roster in the NFC East right now.
Yeah, bring it back up. Kayvon and Neal make this bearable at least. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't get quite what the Giants are doing.
I'm in pain. He just about describes it.
Like ever since the first 2 picks, I've been a little confused. The Wan'Dale Robinson one is really the one where I'm like, where did that come from?
That shocked the hell out of me. That was like, what in the world are you doing? What do you think the Patriots taking here at 85? Linebacker?
Oh, okay. I'm a little ahead of you, so I'll let you see it, but
just ahead, just a little bit. Ooh, yeah. Marcus Jones. I kind of dig that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people talking about him being like his ability in the return game and stuff like that. Just like the corner size, that he's a little bit smaller, but
he's a bit short.
I think Belichick's proven that what he can do with even average defensive backs.
Oh,
he can get the best out of them.
Good pick.
You like that one?
I do.
You said you were going to go eat something. Are you going to eat something here, brother?
I'm heating it up right now.
Okay, Mike, I got to run.
I keep hearing you can call the stream. I'm good.
Okay, you're good. All right, I am going to get out. I'm going to get out of here. Robson, unless you want to stay on and talk, but I'm going to get out of here.
I think I'm good as well, gentlemen, if we all are good.
Good night,
guys. Gus, Jordan, all the wonderful people who got into the chat today. We really appreciate it. I don't know if you are watching this on the Nuts and Bolts channel and you're a Chargers fan, please consider subscribing. We appreciate that. Mike and I are here every Friday, and most of the time, well, all the time, it's always about Chargers football, except during the draft. But we'll be back next week pouring out some love for all the draft picks they got. I want to thank Alex Robson for stopping by here a couple days in a row, riding high on his Jets.
Joe Douglas winning this draft.
There it is. JT. JT Woods and Zion Johnson to start our Super Bowl run. Can't wait to be in Arizona. Going nuts, going crazy. I don't even remember. Do we still have our little outro here? I don't even remember how to run this thing.
I think we do. I can play. I have a few of them in front of my face here. I can just click one and play it.
I just found it. So I'm going to say I'm not going to do you wrong, Robson, and ask you to say something, and then I cut you off. I'll cut myself off. Here we go.
I like that.
Bolt up. Bolt up.
San Diego Chargers are fortunate to have Lance Allworth.
On blue, ready? Don Coryell.
For real? He's a Titan? This isn't real, is it?
We have to stop it real quick now. I'm sorry. We have to stop it real quick. I got to see this pick now. I'm sorry. We got to stop it. I want to see the pick. I need to see Malik Willis as a Titan. That'd be something else right there, Tony Tucker. I'm still waiting for this damn commercial to go away. Tony Tucker, you're muted. Yes, sir. You are. I could read lips there.
You're right. I'm sorry. I messed up. What I'm saying is, if I'm the Titans, maybe I'm thinking like, hey, let's move on altogether from him, and we'll just run. We'll run the ball 50 times a game with Derrick Henry and Malik Willis.
Turn it into Lamar Jackson 2.0 offense?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
hell, that's what you're going to do.
What?
That would be a stunner, in my opinion.
I mean, it is a good spot, though, because you would have a veteran in Tannehill who's been successful in this league. I just am not sure that he's the guy who gets you over the hump in those. I mean, that Bengals game crushed me as like just as a sports fan. Somebody who was cheering for the Titans. I wasn't emotionally invested, but I was just like, really? You're going to throw 4 picks in this game? Like, this is the game you picked to be dreadful? Like, I felt so bad for him.
And then you also got to think the year prior, too, when they were playing Baltimore, he threw a pick that ended up costing him the game as well. So I've been out on Ryan Tannehill since then. I'm just like, he's overrated. I understand he's a great comeback story from the horrible Adam Gase issue, but I'm sorry that's my opinion on Ryan Tannehill. He's incredibly overhyped, and Mike is pissed right after I leave. It's all good, Mike. It's all good. Malik Willis is the Titan. Let's see it. I'm waiting for the pick to be announced.
Wow.
Wow! Holy cow! Game changer right there, man.
This is beautiful for many reasons, right? Because here's the thing. A lot of times these rookie quarterbacks get drafted into situations and it's not going to be good for them, right? It's why I kind of worry about your guy, Zach Wilson. It's an organizational thing. Now, I will say that the Jets have had back-to-back good drafts, at least the first couple days here, in my estimation, of players they've picked and brought in. But, like, the Titans are a well-run organization. At least it appears that way. They've been competitive. They play in a division that has, like, a lot of, like, I'm not really sure what's going on, right? Like, are the Jaguars going to be good? We think they're turning a corner with Doug Peterson in this offseason. Like, are the Colts, they have a good defense. Matt Ryan's older. Now the Texans are rebuilding. Like, you could sit him for a year, and year 2, he's picked up the offense and you're ready to roll. And now all of a sudden you're one of the best teams in that division. Now, I don't want to say the conference because the AFC is loaded, but like definitely in that division. You win that division with Malik Willis in year 2, year 3.
Mike's saying right there, run pass option with Derrick Henry, Malik Willis, and Treylon Burks for a few years.
Oh man, those dudes right there.
That could be fun. Yeah,
especially if they replace Deontay Hightower, who was like he kind of seemed like a bigger back, like kind of like a poor man's Derrick Henry. If you replace him with a big guy in this, like go get Zamir White from Georgia, like who's just running people over too. Now,
who I would love in the backfield with them would be Dameon Pierce, a running back out of Florida, who's just a bulldozer of a running back. So I think that'd also be a good option for them.
this is beautiful. Ryan Tannehill is probably like,
oh hell.
well, I mean, he knows he's going to get to start, but also there's a lot of pressure on him this year to really perform well because he's auditioning for what's next.
Yep.
Right? At least I would think so.
All right, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. We stopped one. Do we want to just go ahead and wrap this up now?
Yeah, we do. We don't even need to play the music. You can just cut it off. Again, thanks everybody for coming in and hanging out with us for this last hour and a half. Enjoy the rest of your draft weekend. Yeah, bolts up. Let's party. Let's party.